Okay, I'm trying to check everybody that is in the class. Okay, so we have this. Now, let's try and see this market. How do you know this type of market is going to happen? I remember I told you in my Saturday class that when you see the left side, it can give you an idea of the right side, but the left side here is not very good. So you might not know what is going to happen here. Let's look for a market that we can use to check a good market so that I will show you something that will be helpful. Okay, you see this type of a market, they look very much alike. You see here, it looks like this one. Okay, where you are seeing this big candle here, you are seeing big candle here, you are seeing here, see here, seller, 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 buyer, seller, buyer, seller, 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 buyer, seller, seller, seller. So you are going to see more of buyers in this area. You're going to see buyer, 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 seller, buyer, seller, buyer, 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 because what you are seeing here, you are likely going to see it here is very, very important. So let's assume that you are able to come into a market like this. You have seen this type of a market. Then you want to treat this type of a market with candlestick psychology. Some of you that have an idea of candlestick psychology, some of you that don't have an idea of candlestick psychology. I will only give you an idea. That idea, we will use it a lot, okay? So that we can move into showing you one of my strategies today. Okay, let's assume that you are in this market and you are here. This is an SNR area. We can see it's an SNR area and it's also a round number. You can see 2.002900. Okay, so let's assume that we are here, and so we are expecting a reversal from this downtrend. And this downtrend, we have seen the character, the activities, and the behavior in this area. So we are expecting something similar in this area. So now we are here at a reversal point. Now I'm going to show you how to trade at this reversal area. You know, my strategies, let me tell you some of the strategies you are going to learn. You are going to learn, number one, momentum strategy, momentum. Then number two, I'm going to show you what I call level trading. Then number three, I'm going to show you what I call trend continuation. These are the three things I'm going to show you if we have enough time. But I know I can put all of them together. The only thing is that I would like you to understand very, very well. Okay? So these are the three major things. And because we don't have anybody in the class that is a novice or a newbie that have no idea of what we are talking about, so we can quickly go forward and learn. Now, when you are going to put in candlestick psychology to work, there are things you consider. You are going to consider the levels in the market. Number two, you are going to consider the closing price of the candle. Number three, you are going to consider the rejection of the candle. Number four, you will consider the strength of the candle, which can be determined largely by the body of the candle. All of these things are very, very important when you are dealing with candlestick psychology. Very, very important when you are dealing with candlestick psychology. So you have to put these things in mind. So let's assume I want to trade with candlestick psychology. What am I going to be looking at? I've told you, you have to consider the levels in the market. You have to consider the rejection on the candle. You have to consider the strength of the candle. You have to consider the closing price of the candle. Okay. Then you must also consider at the same time the highs and the lows. Very, very important. In fact, That is like the most important part of candlestick psychology. The highs and the lows speaks a lot. Many of you you don't pay attention to the highs and the lows. In as much as the highs and the lows do not give you the complete information, but the highs and the lows gives you a lot of information about candlestick. It gives you a lot of information about candlesticks. So you must pay attention to the highs and the lows. Okay. So let's assume that I want to trade this pattern or this trend or this chart with a candlestick psychology, because sometimes I trade candlestick psychology. In fact, I don't consider candlestick psychology as one of my strategies, even though I trade it. But I only trade it when I see a good market and I don't want to stay too long in the market. I trade it. Now, when you are trading candlestick psychology, this is what to do. All these points that I raise, let's assume you are here at SNR level. We're going to talk about, in this area, there is a strategy that is what I call level trading, because this is a level. So I'm going to show you that strategy because that is the strategy that many of you are making a mistake. For instance, if you see hammer here and you think the candle is going to reverse, it might not reverse. Sometimes you might see a bullish engulfing here and you think the next candle will go up, it might not go up. Okay. So with that, my level trading strategy, you will be able to avoid that mistake. But now let's deal with candlestick psychology. I am here and I'm at the reversal area. Then I'm seeing this candle. Buyer's rejection, buyer's rejection. Now, let's start from here. You see this candle here. This is the low of this candle. This candle is making a new low. Another thing I want you to pay attention to, at SNR area, when you find yourself at SNR area, there is one other thing you can do that can help you to know that you are indeed at SNR area. That thing is, there is a number here. Can you see this number, every one of you? If you see this number, type, say I'm seeing it. Let me know if you are seeing it. Yeah. Now, this number that I'm showing you, it's a number that is provided by IQ option. Now, the chart of IQ option gives you this number. This number can be very useful. What it gives to you, it tells you the lowest value, the lowest point in the market at this level. This is the lowest point. So when that number appears here, when you see the number here, it's telling you that this is the lowest point. This is the highest point. This is the lowest point. This is the highest point. So this number confirms to you that now you are at the level where the market is going to reverse. This number is giving you an idea that when market gets to this level, there is a probability of the market reversing. This number is telling you. This number is telling you. Okay? Many of you might not have this number seen on your chart because of the setting. If your chart is not properly set, you might not see that number there. Okay? But that is not what I'm dealing with right now. Now, when you see this area, this SNR area, you are looking for a reversal. Now, this is the lowest point. This is a very strong bearish candle. And the candle closed right on top, above the SNR area and round number. The mistake many of you make is that if this candle is closing above, you think the next candle will go up. No. Don't trade because the candle closed above your SNR area or it closed above the level area. don't just enter the market immediately. Don't just enter the market immediately. Always look or wait for what I call confirmation. And this confirmation, I'm not talking about 5 seconds, because many of you are used to 5 seconds confirmation. You can have a 5-second confirmation in this candle, and yet this candle will end as a red candle. With your 5-second confirmation. Has it happened to any of you before? Huh? Yeah. Where you saw a 5-second confirmation, and yet, because you are seeing this is a level here. This is a level here. You are seeing 5 seconds, expecting the market to go up. Then the thing gave you a 5 seconds confirmation here. Then you now enter the market. Then you just move a little bit, then come down. Like somebody said, yes. Oyebade said often. Yes, it happens a lot. I was in that situation before. And Sir Ebenezer has helped by letting you know that even the 5 seconds confirmation, there are some 5 seconds that you should trade, and there are some 5 seconds you should not trade. But even with that, many people still have problems, because I had to snap the picture when I was learning it. Snap the 5 seconds confirmation and was watching it and be sure that that is it. But yet, I was losing the money. So you wait for confirmation. I will teach you what the confirmation is. That's not what I'm talking about today. Now, we want to trade this candlestick psychology. Then you see this market here. This is a very strong candle. For me, the next candle is going to go down. And that is what we are seeing here. The next candle went down. But this next candle that went down, I'm already seeing weakness in the market. Here, buyers came in, but the sellers are still strong. Now, let me show you one of the things to do. When you compare, always compare the wick of the candle to the body. It will give you an idea of what is happening. Now, this body is bigger than this wick, meaning that the sellers are strong. Did you get what I just said to you? Very important information. Always try to compare the body with the rejection. The body gives you the strength. The rejection gives you an idea of the opposite. That means if it is a seller, this rejection say, oh, buyers are inside, but the buyers here, they are not as much as the seller, because the seller is known by the body. Take note of that. Did you all hear what I said to you right now? Okay. Somebody said I should repeat it. I'm saying to you, when you are looking at the strength of a candle, always consider the body with respect to the rejection. It will show you the strength of the candle. If the body is small and the wick is long, that means the candle is a weak candle. Now, this is a very strong bearish candle, because if you compare this body with this, it shows that the sellers are strong, even though buyers are in this candle, but the sellers are very, very strong. And you know that it's a downtrend. That is why the next candle continues. So my point is, always compare the body of the candle with the rejection. It will tell you the strength of that candle. When you say a candle is a strong candle, it is because the body is stronger than the wick. So that shows the strength of the candle. Is it understood now? Good. Now, when you have seen this candle and it's a downtrend, that is why I know, even though this candle closed above this area, I'm not going to go with the buyers because this candle show me that sellers are still very strong. So I'm going to wait for the next candle. And in waiting for the next candle, you are seeing sellers again. And these sellers that you are seeing, there are buyers here, and the body of the candle is very weak, meaning that the sellers are now weak in this candle. The sellers are strong here, but the sellers are now weak in this candle. And you know that this is already an SNR area. So you're expecting buyers to take. So by this candle, I know that sellers now are weak. So you are seeing buyers taking over here. I am sharing with you now candlestick psychology. So I want you to understand it because you don't trade this market by just waiting for somebody to give you a signal. They give you a signal. You don't know why the signal is like that. It's not a good way to think as a trader. It is somebody who is playing games that can think like that. So many people are looking for who to give them signal. They're looking for somebody that will tell, okay, buy, sell. A good trader do not think like that. A good trader wants to know, if you tell me buy, why am I buying? If you tell me sell, why should I sell? I will try and see how we can take a trade together. And if I'm telling you, let us buy, with what I am sharing with you, you will be able to understand why I am saying we should buy. I am just hoping that I will be able to do a trade with you, a live trade, so that every one of you can trade with me. I hope that I will be able to do that. Okay, so you don't just wait for someone to tell you buy and you just enter the market. Then you don't know whether your money will go or your money will not go. You are depending on somebody. So that is why I am giving you the psychology of the candles, so that by the time we begin to discuss about the strategies, you will understand them very well. It is not just that, okay, when you see this candle handle, this candle like this. No, you need to understand why does the candle behave the way it behaves. So when somebody is telling you buy, you have to think, you have to use your brain and say, why am I buying? Why do I want to sell? Why do I have to wait? This is the reason. If you have an idea of the candlestick psychology, it will help you. So now let's continue. You can see weakness in the market here. This candle shows that it's weak because by the body of this candle compared to the wicks, like I said to you here, you know that this candle is now weak. And you're already at a level. So what is that telling you? The buyers will take over. The buyers will take over. Now, buyers now enter. Look at buyers enter. But this buyer entry is not very strong buyers entry. It's a very small one because I can still see now. This is buyers force. This is buyers force. Okay. Now, sellers still enter this market. Sellers are still here. That is why sellers enter here and took it down. But buyer took it from here up. So, but buyers are not completely very strong here, but buyers have actually entered the market. Based on the candlestick body, the buyers are not very strong. Okay? Here, based on the body. But you are already seeing that buyers are already entering here. Buyers already enter here. So this buyer that enter here and they have created a green candle. Because buyers, you see, buyers already started entering from here. Buyers already started enter here. You can see buyers here. You can see buyers here. You can see buyers here. Now, watch what I'm going to show you very carefully. Watch this thing that I'm going to show you. If this candle is a red candle and strong candle like this, and this candle too is a red candle and strong like this, and this candle is like this, and you are seeing this red candle like this, you will not see green candle like this. Or even if you see a green candle like this, the next candle will go down. Because the momentum of the sellers is very strong. I will repeat it again. If this candle is a red candle, let's assume this candle is a red candle. Then this candle also is a red candle. Okay? And you are seeing this green candle here. You are seeing this green candle here. The next candle will be a red candle. Who can tell me why? Momentum, correct. Momentum, thank you. Very well. Yes, correct. You are getting it very well. So now, these are some of the things that many people correct. One green candle can't stop the momentum. Correct. Now, these are some of the things that many people don't know. And even many of you that you know it, by the time you are trading, you forget. So that is why I am reminding you, pay attention to things like this. Don't just sit down and say, okay, because this is a level, and so therefore this candle is like this, so I'm going to buy. And after this candle, I will continue to buy. No, you need to understand the psychology of candles. That is why I am reminding you. Okay? Now, having said that this afternoon, now you are now seeing this green candle here. This green, because this green candle, buyers have entered here. Buyers is in this candle. Buyers in this candle. Buyers in this candle. So buyers eventually form a green candle. So it means the next candle will be green. Because they've been fighting from here. They've been fighting to enter. They've been fighting to enter. They've been fighting to enter. 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. They've been fighting to enter. So when they eventually turn this candle to green, it means the next candle will be green. Candlestick psychology. Do you understand me? Do you all understand me? Thank you. Good. So, thank you. Thank you. Now that they have turned into green, and this green, now what you are going to begin to do now is that this green now, you are going to begin to watch this green. You already have an idea from the previous area. You know how the left side behaves. So you are going to begin to look at the right side. Now, this candle is making a new high to this one. You now begin. And the body is very strong. So the next candle will go up. Now, this is the low of this candle. It's not as low as this. The high of this candle. This candle is higher. This candle, this is the high low. It's not as low as this. So you can see this low of this candle too is higher than this. And this candle is making a new high. Okay? So this candle, after this candle, the next candle will go up. And this next candle is already making a new high. So I know that the next candle too will go up. Now, this next candle, look at the high here. The low of this candle is higher than this. But this candle didn't make a new high. Because there must be something at the left side here. But the issue is that this is a spinning top. And a spinning top in the middle of the trend is a trend continuation. So this candle will definitely go up. So this candle now went up. Now, as this candle has gone up, you are likely going to continue to go up based on this. If you go up, you will lose this candle. Okay? But if you watch your levels, you might not lose it. So let's zoom and see what is happening at that area. You can see that at this area, you can see a level here. That is why this red candle came in. That is why that red candle came in. And this red candle that came in, because if you compare this red candle, because one red candle in the middle of a momentum cannot stop it. So definitely, you know, the next candle will go up. Okay? But the next candle that went up, now watch this thing very well. He didn't make a new high, but he made a new low. So that is why you are seeing another red candle. Because buyers are not strong. They couldn't make a new high. Rather, they made a new low. So you are seeing sellers coming in. Candlestick psychology. Are you following what I'm saying here? Are you understanding it? Good, good, good. Thank you. Now, this candle couldn't make a new high, but he made a new low. A new low shows the pressure of sellers. A new high is supposed to show the pressures of buyers, but the pressure of buyers is reduced. So that is why you are seeing this small candle in between. Now, that small candle you are now seeing in between, there is, looking at the size of that candle, is telling you something. What is it telling you? Sellers are not very strong. And it is an uptrend. Sellers try, but they are not very strong. This is a spinning top. Okay, so the next candle will go up. Because the sellers, if the sellers are like this here, then the next candle might go down. Because that will show that the sellers are strong. The next candle might go down. But because the sellers are very, very weak, so buyers, and it is the buyers, it is an uptrend. And what you know in a trend, which I taught you on Saturday, trend will give you two informations. Who can remind me the informations that the trend will give to you based on what I said on Saturday? Direction, correct. And what again? Yeah, it gives you direction. The force, thank you very much. The force, the dominant force, the strength, the controlling, yes. Who is in control of the market? I love this class. I love this class. We are likely going to trade together because it's like you are following. I love this class. I love this class. This is very intelligent class. I love you guys. You are going to become a marvel to your colleagues. Okay? So, having said that, because we know that the force in the market is the buyers, and these sellers are weak, so definitely buyers will continue because they are the one that are in charge of this market, and the trend is up. So buyers will continue. So when buyers continue, they made a new high. Then we see that they made a new high, the next candle will go up. So the next candle made a new high. Now, after this new high, I can see a level here. I think it's a round number. If I am trading this at this level, I'm likely going to stop because this is a round number. 2.030000. So I will stop here after this trade. I will not take this trade because this is a round number. Okay. But now let's look at it. After you have stopped here, this candle now appear. Very strong candle. I will also not trade. Now let me tell you the secret behind this type of a candle. This is not a Marubuzu candle. This is not a Marubuzu candle. Marubuzu candle, a perfect Marubuzu candle, is a candle that doesn't have rejection at the top. and rejection under. A perfect Marubuzu candle. So this is not a Marubuzu candle. But when you are trading, pay attention to this. When you are trading, listen to what I'm going to say to you again. When you are trading and you see from here, this is the size of the candle. Look at the size, look at the size, look at the size, look at the size. Suddenly you are seeing a big candle like this. My advice is to wait, because a lot of times, 80% of the time, the candle will reverse. It will reverse because it is showing an exhaustion in the market. The candle will reverse, especially if this candle gets to this level, because this is another level. If it comes like this, it's likely going to reverse. So what I do is that when I see a strong candle like this, after this type of candles, I wait. So I will not trade. So by the time I'm waiting, remember I'm waiting here. I'm also waiting here. I'm waiting here because of round numbers. I'm waiting after this candle because this candle is too big. Then after this candle, I'm now seeing this candle. That means buyers are still very strong in the market. It's making a new high. Then I will go with this next candle. Then after this next candle, I'm seeing that this candle has made a new high. This is a level here. Now, this is where many people make mistake. They consider this candle as, what is this candle? Shooting star. Shooting star, yeah, it's inverted hammer, shooting star, okay? Now, how do you know the shooting star, which is like hammer candle? I told you yesterday, make sure that the rejection here, if it has a rejection, make sure this rejection is not as big as the body. Now, remember I told you yesterday that if you see hammer or shooting star at SNR area, it's reversal. I said that yesterday, but I said that at a basic level. In the advanced class, it is not like that. Because now you are seeing one, you have to consider that this is a momentum. And this is where sellers are. This is a level. The candle closed here, but buyers took it to this level. So sellers are here. Sellers are here. So I know that the next candle will not be a red candle because of this momentum. I know it. So the next candle will go up. Now that the next candle went up as green candle, I'm now observing something. I now notice that the buyers couldn't reach this level again. So the strength is weak and it's closing at this level. It's now closing at this level. So the buyers are now weak. So I am likely going to wait here, but because the buyers couldn't make a new high, I might go with the sellers. Candlestick psychology. Are you all following what I'm saying here? Okay. So this is candlestick psychology. We have just analyzed candle from here to here. We have traded this candle. Analyze it. Now, haven't analyzed these candles. Let me now show you. Let's begin to learn strategies to apply, my own strategies to apply. So let's talk about momentum. Momentum strategy. Momentum strategy. What is momentum? Like I said to you, you have heard me saying this is a momentum, meaning that the force of buyers, that means between here and here, there are no sellers. No, there is not a level strategy. I'm going to talk about momentum first. We'll talk about level trading. This is momentum we are going to talk about first. Okay? Now, because I've been mentioning momentum and momentum, so let's add it together. You are seeing a bias momentum from here to this level, and also seeing from here to this level. So you are talking, when you say momentum, you are talking about strength. You are talking about force. Okay? So how do we trade momentum? Now, there are candles that are known as momentum candles. There are candles known as momentum candles. At least for me, I recognize them as momentum candles. What kind of candle are they? Let me show them to you. Now, look at this candle. This is a momentum candle. A candle with the closing price shaved closing price. That means there is no buyer in this candle. At the closing price, there are no buyers. Buyers were here, but by the time the candle closed, no buyer in this candle at all. So this is a momentum. That means the seller strength is very strong here. Do you understand it? Okay, how many candles make a momentum? Sometimes it is not based on candle, because we can say from 4 candles, according to what I look into. The moment I see 4 candles, I consider it as a momentum candles. But sometimes you can even have 3 candles, depending on the body of the candle. You can have 3 strong bullish candles, or 3 strong or 4 strong bullish candles, depending on the body. Okay? That is what you are going to use. As you continue to trade, you are going to begin to see them by yourself. There are certain things we might not be able to tell you that you will find out. That is why I am taking my time to give you the psychology of candles, so that you will not just know, you will not just be able to be clicking. You click here and you click here, high and low. No, you'll be able to understand as a trader. A trader should understand how the market works. A trader should understand it. Now, this is a momentum candle. And if I say to you it's a momentum candle, I'm just indirectly saying to you that the sellers are strong in this candle, because there is no buyer rejection at the close of the candle. No buyer rejection at the close of the candle. So let's pick some other candles that shows momentum candle. Take note, I said at the close of the candle. Now, this is a momentum candle. This is a momentum candle. No rejection at the close of the candle. This is a momentum candle. No rejection at the close of the candle. This is a Marubuzu candle. Marubuzu, no rejection at the top, no rejection under. Marubuzu. But sometimes it can serve as momentum. But note that it's a Marubuzu candle. Okay? So let's look for more momentum candle. This is a momentum candle. Okay. And let me give you one secret. Momentum candle is one of the candles that you will see a lot in OTC market. So it is my secret of trading OTC. This strategy I'm sharing with you is the secret of OTC for me. So you need to pay attention, because OTC market is a very strange market. Many of you know that some strategies do not work in OTC. But if you remember, if you flash your mind back, you are going to begin to see from Friday night, you will begin to see what I call momentum candle in OTC market. It comes out a lot in OTC market. How many of you have observed it? Okay. Some of you have seen it. Some of you have not observed it. You will begin to see it because you don't know that it's a momentum candle. So, and from now, yeah, you don't take note. That's correct. I agree with you. You don't take note of that because you have not, maybe probably you have not been told before, so you will not see it. But from this Friday night, you are going to begin to see that, oh, this momentum candle, it appears a lot in OTC market. And that is my secret of trading OTC. So you need to pay attention to it. Now, how do you trade this momentum candle? What is the strategy to apply in trading this momentum candle? There are 3 ways to trade this momentum candles. 3 major ways. You trade this momentum candle in 3 areas of the market. Or whether it's 3 ways or 3 areas. Now, the first place you trade momentum candle is at SNR level. At SNR level. You trade momentum at SNR level. Okay? If you see an SNR level, you can trade momentum at SNR level. Okay? Now, another second area where you can trade momentum is the middle of the trend. Middle of the trend. Now, in this middle of the trend, there are 2 types of trend. There are 2 types of trend. There is a momentum trend and there is a normal trend. Now, you are going to begin to see that. That is why I'm taking you from step to step so that you can follow, you can understand it. My goal is to make you to understand it very well. So I have shown you that there is something called momentum. And now I'm showing you momentum candle. Then I'm also telling you that in the momentum candle, you trade in the momentum candle in 2 trends. There is a momentum trend and also there is a normal trend. So what is the difference between a momentum trend and a normal trend? Now, what I mean by a momentum trend is this type of a trend. When you see a candle like this, from here to here, there is no seller in between. This is a momentum trend. But if you see buyer, seller, and you are seeing it's an uptrend, it is a normal trend. So the difference between a momentum trend and a normal trend is that in a momentum trend, you see consistency of either buyers or sellers following themselves. You will not see a seller in the middle of a momentum trend of buyers. You will see only buyers, only buyers in an uptrend. In a downtrend, that is a momentum, you will see only sellers. Sellers and sellers and sellers and sellers. That is a momentum trend. Now, there is a way to trade momentum candle in a momentum trend. And it's different from the way to trade momentum candle in a normal trend. Very, very simple. Very, very simple. The difference between the 2 are very simple. So, but let's start with the first one. The first one is trading a momentum candle at SNR area. That's the first one. Are you all guys following me? If you are following me, let me know, please. Say yes. Good. Are you also understanding it? Say yes if you are understanding. Are you also enjoying it? Say yes if you are enjoying it. If you are not enjoying it, say I'm not enjoying it. Yes, too much. Good. I love that. Very well. I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear that. But if you are not enjoying, if you need clarification, just say you need clarification on certain things. Okay? Now, at SNR level, let me show you processing very well. I like that. Processing very well. I like that. Okay? Enjoying it. Yes, too much. Yes, enjoying. I understand you, sir. Okay? Good. At SNR, we will love to trade live with you, sir. Okay. No problem. Let's see how it goes. Okay? Let's see how it goes. It is only those who are doing one-on-one with me, I trade live with them. Okay? So, but let's see how it goes, okay? Don't worry, let's see how it goes. So at SNR area, how do you trade momentum at SNR area? Now, the rule of momentum at SNR area is simply, when you get to SNR area like this, look for reversal candlestick. The moment you see a reversal candlestick and you see a momentum candle, either after the reversal candlestick or a candle after the reversal candlestick, most times, the moment you see a reversal candlestick and you see a momentum candle, go with the next candle. Simple. For instance, here, this is not a very good shooting star. This is a little bit better. Then you are seeing a momentum candle here. That means the next candle is going down. That's what I'm saying. So that momentum candle already shows you that, what does it show you? It shows you that the strength of the sellers is very high. So go with the sellers. Because you're already at number one, you're already at SNR area. Number two, you are seeing a reversal candle. Then number three, you are now seeing a momentum candle. What is that telling you? He's telling you that sellers have taken over. Okay? He's telling you that sellers have taken over. Do you understand what I just said here right now? I said at SNR area, the moment you see a reversal candlestick at SNR area, a reversal candlestick, those are the candlestick I told you yesterday. Hammer, shooting star, doji, and I show you marubuzu. Then I also show you a pattern, bullish engulfing or bearish engulfing. The moment you see a reversal sign, then after that reversal sign, you are seeing momentum candle. Go with the momentum candle.
It's 3 o'clock.
Go with the momentum candle. Is that clear? Why are you saying, yes? Do you need more clarification? If you need more clarification, say, I need more clarification. I want to be sure that you are clear. Okay, I should say it one more time. Okay. Okay. Let me say it again. Let me repeat it myself again. Now, momentum candle at SNR area. Momentum candle at SNR area. Number one, you are already at SNR area. What does that tell you? It tells you a reversal is on its way. Because you are at SNR area, already you know that SNR area is a reversal area. But you will not just enter the market. So what you now do is you wait for reversal candlestick. Look for a reversal candlestick. The moment you see a reversal candlestick at SNR area, it is now a confirmation that that area is going to reverse, because you are seeing a reversal candlestick at SNR area. Now, after the reversal candlestick, if you see a momentum candle, just go. Just follow the momentum candle, period. Now, got it? Got it. I love that. So this is a momentum trade at SNR area. This is a momentum strategy at SNR area. Let me give you this warning, please. My videos that I give to you, many are selling other people's video, Ebenezer's video and all of that. I am a pastor. If you sell my video or you give my video to somebody else, I am letting you know I am a pastor. I am a man of God. You will lose money. The person will lose money. It is not a prayer. It is the fact. So that is why I am not afraid to give you the video. People don't give you the video, but I want to give you the video so that you can go back and listen to what I have said. But if you sell my video to somebody or you give my video to somebody without my permission, the person that collected the video will lose money. You that sold the video, you will lose money. I am a pastor. Okay, so please, this is for you. You paid for this class. What you pay for is what I am giving to you. It is for you. Anybody that wants to learn, tell them to come to me. Let them pay the way you have paid. Am I making myself clear? Please. It's my warning. That is why I wrote in Ebenezer's group, those who are selling his video, they will lose money because you cannot make money on somebody's sweat. So my videos are for you, only you. If you have a friend that is very close to you and he wants to learn, don't give my video. You can try it. Oh, if you try it, just make sure you are trying it with your money. Don't give my video. Okay? So, any question? I'm going to stop at this level. Tomorrow we will talk about, I know many of you don't want me to stop. You want me to show you the momentum at momentum trend and also momentum in the normal trend. No, I will leave it to tomorrow. The momentum at SNR area is good for today because we have spent 1 hour already. Many of you don't know. You thought we are spending 20 minutes. If you check your time, you will see we have spent 1 hour. That is how my class is. So any question in this one before we close now? Because I'm going to send you the video in the next 30 minutes so that you can go back and check it again. Any question? Any question, please? No. You feel like time is short. You're still enjoying the class. No. Okay. Okay. Who has a question? Please, can you type your question? What's your question? Or you unmute yourself and ask. No, sir. Everything is clear. Okay. The one that has a question. If you have a question, please type your question. What is your question? Okay. No, sir. Everything is clear. Yeah. Yeah. I expect it to be clear. What's your question? I will still show you more examples of momentum at SNR area. But this is the rule. This is the rule. What makes a single candle reverse after momentum? What makes a single candle reverse after momentum? Like what I've said, what makes a single candle reverse after momentum? Like I've said to you, sir, in a situation where there is a reversal candle at the SNR, it is safe to take after reversal candle. No. You see, I'm going to show you how to trade at SNR area. That is what I call level trading. That even after you have seen a reversal candle, you don't go with the market. You need a confirmation. Some of my students, I think some of them are here, know that at SNR level, you don't just follow a reversal candlestick. No, because anything can happen. That is why many of you will agree with me that you have seen something like a bullish engulfing candle and the candle will not go. Some of you have seen a bearish engulfing candle at SNR area and the candle will not follow. So that is why you don't just go after the reversal candle. You need a confirmation. By the time I'm showing you the level trading, you are going to understand what I'm saying. It will be very clear to you. But with this one, okay, I will unmute all of you. Okay. You are free now to talk. You are free to talk. Okay. Is it clear?
Not really, sir.
Huh?
It's not that clear.
It's not that clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what is not that clear? The momentum at SNI area?
Yeah, especially where it's reversed. That's the point where we lose a lot of money, because here we see it going up, and I remember you telling us that like here, if we see a lot of weeks, like the market's rejecting here from the third 1, 2, 3, 4, the fourth candle, I would like to take a buy there, but if I take it there, I might lose the trade. And that's where the problem comes in.
Yeah, that is your, that's your idea, because you are seeing that rejection and rejection. But for me,
Yeah.
over a period of time, I have tried it. That is why I am giving you the one that works. You would like to take a buy, but why do you want to take a buy? You are not very sure. You just wanted to take a buy. But me, I am explaining to you that at SNA area, the moment you are at SNA area, that you are at SNA area already shows you that you are looking for a reversal at SNA area. Now, after that, because your SNA area reversal is in view, then you now see number 2, you are seeing a reversal candlestick at SNA area. That is to tell you that reversal is closer. Your SNA, that is a reversal point. Number 2, a reversal candlestick. That is also means reversal is close. Then number 3, you are now seeing a momentum candle. That is to tell you that it is the market has reversed. Did you understand right now?
Got it, sir.
Yeah. So that is it. It's the psychology of candlestick. So I want you to, I don't just want to tell you that if you see a reversal, if you see a momentum candle at SNI area, just follow. Why do you want to follow? That's why I'm taking my time to explain to you that when you come to SNI area, the SNI area means it's a support or resistance. So market is likely going to reverse, because SNI areas are reversal areas. Am I correct?
Correct, sir.
Correct. Now you are now seeing a reversal candlestick at SNR area. Then after the reversal candlestick, you are now seeing a momentum candlestick. So that's a go for you. That's a go for you. Is that clear now?
Clear, sir.
Thank you very much. We'll still talk about it tomorrow. I will review it tomorrow. Then we'll talk about the other candlestick, how to trade the momentum in the middle of the trend, in a momentum trend, and also in a I've unmute everybody now. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sure.
Oh.
Okay. So we meet tomorrow. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Hello.
One question, sir.
Go ahead.
Go to 545.
To where?
545.
545.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
There's a bullish momentum candle there.
Okay.
But it didn't work. Is it because of the level?
Number 1, look at this market. Number 1, look at the market. Is it a good market to trade based on what I've taught you? Number 1, answer me. Is it a good market? Hello? Can you hear me? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I can hear you, sir.
Okay. Number 1, is it a good market to trade?
No, sir.
Okay. since it's not a good market, what did I tell you yesterday that is the definition of a bad market? Strategies do not work. Is that not what I said yesterday, every one of you?
Yeah.
Correct.
That is
So don't look for that in a bad market. This market where you are seeing from here, long weeks. I can even still explain to you why it's not working. But number one, it's not a good market. So in a bad market, why do you want to apply that?
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
when you are trading and you are seeing a market like this, you know, this long weeks, just stay aside. Please, just stay aside.
Okay.
I already
Sorry,
told you
sir.
yesterday. Yeah.
Let's say there's a level here. You see the momentum candle.
Yeah.
The one that you were using is using it as an example.
Yes.
If
This
there's a yeah, that's one. If there's a round number there, should we trade that one, or it's risky?
I'm going to talk about it tomorrow. That is what you are going to use when you are trading in the middle of the trend.
Okay.
In the middle of the trend, you have to consider levels, even though you are trading momentum in the middle of the trend. But you are just coming from an SNR area, a reversal area. So what you are looking at this point is a reversal.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So how do you set up a chart to show these numbers? What is this high value? This one and that one. High value and the low value.
I thought somebody posted it here.
I didn't see it.
You see that indicator?
Okay.
Go to widget.
Wait.
You see high and low.
Oh, okay, cool.
Make sure it's on 2 minutes because you have 2 years, 1 day, 12. But make sure it's on 2 minutes.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. You see, some of my students are reminding, they are already aware, you know, so they are teaching you. Okay. So that's fine, guys. So tomorrow at the same time, we meet tomorrow, and enjoy your day and wait for your video. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
Thank you.